Here we go.
Yes, people. What's going on? Let me get this thing off the screen. Sorry about that. How's everyone doing today on Eagle Talks Football? We're back again with another video. Today is also going to be a call-in show, so you can call in and give me your thoughts. But first, I need to jump through a couple stories before you guys call in. I already have Brandon in behind. Anybody else who wants to jump in, you guys can also jump in. I'm going to be taking your calls as we speak. And of course, today's video, we're going to be speaking about Kai Havertz. We're going to be speaking about Moises Caicedo. We're going to be speaking about Declan Rice. We're going to be even speaking about Nicolas Pepe. I don't know how much Pepe we're going to be talking about. I think Kai Havertz is going to take up a lot of our conversation today. But we're here. I never thought David Ornstein would be giving us a report today about another Premier League player. I thought it would have been Declan Rice, but we're here, ladies and gentlemen. And big up to all the people in the chat. I see you guys. Big up to all the subscribers. Big up to all the members. I see you guys in the building. Omar's in the building. Arsenal fan right there, my guy Omar. We got Fonza here, even a City fan in the building. We got Rao in the Rao's thing in the house. We got people saying, well, Kai Havertz can be the first player to play Champions League. What? Well, Kai Havertz can be the first player to play Champions League. I don't know what you mean. I meant to say Kai Havertz can be the first youngest player to play in the Champions League with 3 different clubs. Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting. Also, don't forget, you guys can become a channel member. And of course, you guys can call in, as today's show is a call-in show. But let's get into it. First thing we got to talk about and discuss is thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. We got Declan Rice, obviously, we're going to talk about. Pepe, we're going to talk about. But Kai Havertz to Arsenal. What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? What is really going on? Let me show you guys what's going on, right? So this morning, I'm minding my own business, doing what I got to do. And then I see this. I see Ars Blog reported that Arsenal are genuinely interested in Kai Havertz. And then News Team Ticks confirms it. And my first reaction instantly is, Kai Havertz, what do we want him for? You know what I mean? I probably think a lot of you guys thought the same way as me. When you first seen this, you're probably like, Kai Havertz? What the hell are we going to do with Kai Havertz? Why do we want Kai Havertz? You know what I mean? That's the first thing I'm thinking to myself. I'm like, Kai Havertz so underwhelming. He performed so poorly at Chelsea. This doesn't make sense. What do Arteta and Edu have cooking? Why are they looking at Kai Havertz? But then immediately I'm saying to myself, I'm remembering going on Lewis's stream a couple of days ago, making jokes about us getting Kai Havertz. And I'm like, no, surely we're not going to get Kai Havertz. Then I see Matt Law come out and say that Arsenal are prepared to step up their interest in Kai Havertz and are willing to get him if the price drops significantly. As currently, Chelsea want around 70 million and Arsenal want around 50 million for Kai Havertz. To me, I'm not going to lie to you guys. The price didn't matter originally. The price to me, I always knew Chelsea wanted a crazy price. But if we're going to rob Chelsea of a player for cheap, I'm down for that. But if it's an expensive transfer, then hell no. Because I think 70 million pounds could get us. We're basically funding Caicedo for them. It don't make sense. If we're going to if we're going to get him for 70 million, 50 million, maybe. But still, the player has underperformed. He's been terrible. What is his ideal position at Arsenal? Is he a 10? Is he an 8? Is he a false 9? What is he? You know what I mean? That's the thing I'm thinking about. And I'm looking at these rumors come in. Then you get the next one that comes in. Arsenal are interested in Kai Havertz. Chelsea are looking to get rid of Kai Havertz. Chelsea, after they get in Kai Havertz, they're looking to lure Declan Rice in. And it's like, it's just now it's everywhere. Everywhere you look, you're seeing the rumors. Then Jacob Steinberg, who's also the one from The Guardian who reported the Declan Rice thing in the first place, is now coming out with this one. And it's like, everywhere we go, we get the same story. And I'm starting to say to myself, God, we're actually going to end up going for Kai Havertz, and this might be one of our main targets. And I'm starting to talk myself into it. I see a link to Latvia. I'm like, you know what? Maybe we'll talk about this on another day. On another day, this would have been a major talking point, but not today, as Latvia is a quality player and I would be interested in him. Then you now have people coming in with Chelsea's valuation. Chelsea's valuation is 70 million. Chelsea want to sell the player. At this moment in time, Chelsea want that 70 million valuation met for Kai Havertz. They now have Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and Arsenal who are all interested in Kai Havertz. Could it be a situation where they get their price and they get their valuation? We'll have to wait and see. Then David Ornstein drops the bomb on us. David Ornstein drops the bomb on us, ladies and gentlemen. Man came in and said Arsenal have made their proposal to sign Kai Havertz. That means we have made a bid, an opening bid to Chelsea Football Club for Kai Havertz. How much that bid is, we don't know yet. Reportedly from Ben Jacobs, it could be around 40 million pounds. But he did end up deleting the tweet, so we don't know if that is legitimate or not. We're going to have to wait and see if there's more information on the valuation of the bid. But at this moment in time, this will ramp up over the next coming days. And of course, Bayern Munich wanted him for the last couple of seasons. Chelsea are ideally looking to get rid of the player. And if we do buy Kai Havertz, we are basically funding Moises Caicedo's transfer, but we need to make sure we don't give them enough where it's not a thing where it's like I feel like we're getting ripped off. And then here's what Fabrizio Romano had to say. Fabrizio Romano had to say that Arsenal are in talks to sign Kai Havertz after positive contact with the player side. He's keen to the move. Chelsea want around 70 million. Arsenal will not pay that amount. Interesting. Real Madrid talks are currently off. Arsenal priority. The bid for Declan Rice soon. So our priority is still Declan Rice, of course. And then what is this? Another thing from Fabrizio Romano 2 hours ago where he was talking about Chelsea are flexible about the price tag. Initial $75 million was requested, was too high for Arsenal, but the player is keen to the move, and Arsenal are negotiating. Real Madrid won't pay more than 50 million as of now. And then Team News ticks that. We got another one here. The crook is back. And he says Arsenal are genuine, interest is genuine. Of course it's genuine when you make a bid, for God's sakes. People keep saying the same words over and over again. It's like asking a girl out and saying, I'm genuinely interested in you. Of course you are. You're asking her out, for God's sakes. What else are we hearing here? You got Ryan coming in here saying Arsenal's interest, the same blah, 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 blah. Provided he does not extend his Chelsea contract this summer. Interesting. So this all dependent on if Kai Havertz actually wants to stay at Chelsea and extend his contract. I would wonder if he'd be willing, if he'd want to do that. Arsenal have initiated contacts over Kai Havertz. David Ornstein first reported. Another one here. This guy's basically just repeating what David Ornstein has reported. And is there anything else from that? No, there isn't. So that is the Kai Havertz update, right? Before I add people, I just want to give you guys quick little updates on other stuff. Bayern Munich are completely out of the Declan Rice transfer from now on. If you guys don't know, they're completely out and they're no longer in. This is reported from Sky and from Germany. Reports are that Arsenal are also going to be getting rid of Nicolas Pepe and Cedric. And reports are that Nicolas Pepe has also been linked away from the club to Saudi Arabia. Granit Xhaka is prepared to go to Bayer Leverkusen as the midfielder is prepared for that transfer, and that transfer is going to be happening very soon. Arsenal are edging closer to sign Declan Rice, and of course, after that, we are going to turn our attentions to Moises Caicedo. Of course, this here is quite interesting. Arsenal seek buyers for Nicolas Pepe and no plans to reintegrate him into the club for preseason. And let me just see if there's anything else that I need to show you guys. Arsenal and Chelsea's pursuit for Declan Rice, for Moises Caicedo, Castagna stuff. That is pretty much that right there. There's just one more thing I need to show you guys before I take the first caller, as there was a lot of different things that I needed to show you guys on today. But the Kai Havertz stuff has taken over today's show, really and truly. Kai Havertz to Arsenal is the main story at this moment in time, and nothing else is in there. I have two people behind this coming up very soon. I'm going to add you guys in a second. Just let me finish up these last two comments. Arsenal have been linked to Samuel Chukwueze, but he has an 88 million pound release clause. I don't know how much money they want from him, but there's no way Arsenal are paying more than, I would say, 40 million for him. At Bayern Munich, we're out. Oh, Jorginho is now going to be staying as a U-turn has taken place, and it looks like Jorginho will now be staying at Arsenal as reported by Fabrizio Romano himself, understands that at the moment Jorginho will be staying at Arsenal, and the chances of him staying at the club are a lot higher than him leaving. As I said earlier, ladies and gentlemen, discuss what you guys think about Kai Havertz to Arsenal, as this is a real thing. Mbappe, I don't know about Mbappe, guys. I think this is just a story to just generate clicks at this moment in time. I don't know what the likelihood of the Mbappe stuff really is. And then there's a couple more things that I need to show you guys. Where's the last thing? Yeah, we're linked to this kid. Not too much there at this moment in time, but this was what I was really wanted to speak to you guys about. I seen this one here. This is what I was talking about. So Arsenal have renewed their interest in Caicedo, and of course, this means that it would be going in for him for 80 million. But since there are clubs that are interested in Partey, Arsenal could offload Thomas Partey to sanction a move for Caicedo. To me, that makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense in why we would get rid of Thomas Partey to bring in Caicedo. We need both of them. Plus Declan Rice. We need strength in depth if we're going to be in the Champions League and competing for everything. And yeah, don't forget the transfer window has officially opened, ladies and gentlemen. So as for that is everything that needs to be covered. I'm going to now add you guys, and I'm going to add you guys one by one. So please have some patience, my friends. We got Brandon here first. Brendan, we got 3 topics to talk about today. Actually 4. We got the Kai Havertz topic, Nicolas Pepe, Declan Rice, and the Caicedo and Partey stuff. Which one do you want to start with?
There's only one place to start, isn't there, bro?
Kai Havertz, let's go. What do you have to say about Kai Havertz as I look through the comments to see? One second, there's a super chat. I just need to go to this quick. For the Bayern fans, do you think Declan Rice? What? From a Bayern fan, do you think Declan Rice is worth 100 million? To us, he is. That's the thing. He might not be 100 million to you guys, but to us, he is. As we need somebody who has the Premier League experience to come into this team and make the difference right away. The financial price is, of course, because he's an English player also, and because he's also playing for an English club, they don't need to sell, and that's what makes the price a little bit more inflated. But in today's market, when you have scrubs being sold for 40, 50 million, when you have a quality player going for 100 million, I'm not surprised. Look at what Enzo Fernandez went for in the January transfer window. The guy's relatively unproven in the sense that he hasn't played at the top level for a long time. He wins a World Cup, now he's worth 120 mil. Today's market, players are going for ridiculous prices. Mikel Modric, relatively unproven, went for nearly 100 million. So for a proven player, 100 million seems to be fair. I'm not going to lie to you. If someone told me right now Kimmich was going for 100 million, would you be shocked? I wouldn't be. But Kimmich is a little bit older. Imagine Declan Rice is what? 25? He has so many years ahead of him. It might be worth it at the end of the day. If we have him for 10 years, or even if we have him for 5 years, it's really just 20 million a year. That's what it's going to come down to, because you pay it off throughout the terms of the contract. But let's go ahead, bro. First things first, Kai Havertz. Let's go to what do you got to say about Kai Havertz, and I'll go through the comments as you're speaking. So,
firstly, what's your thoughts on Kai Havertz? What's
I thought I made my thoughts clear. Originally, when I first seen the Kai Havertz news, I was like, "What the hell are we doing? What on earth are we doing?" I was fuming, and then I was like, "You know what? If the transfer is going to be cheap, and it's just something that you know what it seems like to me? It kind of seems like we're just throwing it out there. We're like, hey, we'll take him off you if you think if you're willing to give him to us for nothing. It's almost like you're going it's almost like you're selling your car to a used car salesman. He sees your car and he's like, yeah, it's not worth that much. And then you tell him the price and he's like, what? I could flip it. I could buy that and turn it into something better. So that's what they might be looking at doing. But personally, for me, my initial thoughts were, what the hell are we doing? And then I thought the same way when we signed Martin Odegaard over Madison. I thought the same thing when we signed Ramsdale. And I'm like, maybe they're onto something. Maybe they got a plan. But that's what I was thinking. I'm just like, I've been intrigued by the fact that the price might make it worth it. But if he goes for anything over 50 million, it's like, really and truly, is he worth more than 50 million in today's market?
No.
And does it make sense if we give Chelsea 50 million to go buy Caicedo now? That's where it hurts me, because I'm conflicted. If it means Chelsea go get Caicedo and we give them the funds to go get him, I'll be fuming. But if the player comes in, he's a quality player, and we still get the other business that we need to get done, then I'm okay with it.
Okay. So, guys who are watching, right, for the first time ever in YouTube history, I'm going to be the one, me, the negative one, right, is going to be the one to convince a gal that this is actually not a bad signing, I don't think.
Wow.
You know, but however, I must reiterate that can change. My perception of this can change depending on the price, as a gal just pointed out, and the position that we're bringing him in to play at Arsenal, right? If we're bringing him in to play as a 9, no thank you. Keep him at Chelsea, don't want him. However, I'm looking on this and I'm thinking, okay, so we've got Declan Rice coming in. He predominantly plays as a 6. I know we'd like to think that he could play as an 8 at Arsenal, and he does like to get forward. He can score goals and stuff like that. But I don't really see Declan Rice as an 8. I think he's more of a 6, right? Now, what we're lacking is an 8, because obviously Granit Xhaka's leaving, and Fabio Vieira, let's be honest, right now is not good enough to come into the first team. And I think that's where Arteta is looking to play Kai Havertz. Now, Kai Havertz can't not only just play as an 8, but he can also play as a 10. And I believe as well that he could also play on the right-hand side where Bukayo Saka plays, right? So let me put this to you, to everybody in the comment section and to a gal, right?
Yeah.
If you think about it this way, we've got a midfield 3 of Declan Rice in the 6, Kai Havertz in the 8, Martin Odegaard in the 10, right? That's our starting lineup. Then if you say, for example, like you just said there that there's Italian teams interested in Partey. If we then bring in Caicedo as well and let Thomas Partey go, then that gives us Emil Smith-Rowe and Martin Odegaard who can play in the 10, Fabio Vieira and Kai Havertz who can play in the 8, and Moises Caicedo and Declan Rice who can play in the 6. Now, what I think Arteta is looking at doing here is we're a team that likes to retain the possession of the ball and dominate in the game. When you dominate in a game against a smaller team, you can afford to have a more of an attack-minded midfielder playing the 8 role, right? So I think when we're playing in the smaller games against the smaller teams where we're going to dominate the ball, I think he's thinking, right, we could have Odegaard and Havertz as like an attacking minded midfield with Declan Rice on his own as the 6, mopping up.
Wait, you think he can play as an 8?
And then when we come to play against the bigger teams, you can have Declan Rice and Partey playing as a double 6, and then have either Odegaard or Havertz as an 8. Or if we don't end up with Partey and Partey leaves, you can have Caicedo and Rice playing as a double 6, and then Havertz or Odegaard as an 8. I don't see this being a big thing. I look at it like his form at Chelsea has been dreadful, right? But let's not forget this is a Chelsea team that finished 12th last season. It's not just him. The whole team was dreadful. And I don't think he's playing in his right position. I look at him and the way that he plays, and I see him as more of an 8 because he can make them late runs in the box. He's very good technically on the ball. You know, he can find passes and stuff like that. I see him playing in a similar vein to kind of what Aaron Ramsey did for Arsenal. You know, making late runs in the box, coming up with assists, goals, stuff like that. I don't think this would be a bad signing. However, if we're spending anywhere over 45 to 50 million pound, I don't want him. And if he's coming in to play the 9, I certainly don't want him. But I just look at it, right? And I think if you bring him in, plus the players that we've already got, plus Rice and possibly Caicedo, that gives us strength in depth in, like, we've got 2 players in each position within midfield. And not only that, it's like it makes sense to me to what Arteta would want to do. Do you know what I
I
mean?
just want to let you know, I'm gonna let everyone go for 10 minutes, so you got like a minute left before we go to the next person. But I just wanted to say, do you have anything else to say about any of the other things that we want to talk about quickly? Because I just got 1 minute left. So if you want to
Yeah.
quickly touch
So
on the other topics,
real
Pepe to
quickly,
Saudi
right?
Arabia.
No, I mean, I think that's that'll kind of just. I think
What about
yeah,
this one?
this one, right? A lot of Arsenal fans, I think, would be up in arms about Thomas Partey leaving because of what he can bring to this Arsenal team. I don't think, like me personally, I wouldn't be 100% against Thomas Partey leaving, providing Caicedo is the one to come in to replace him, right? Because I just look at Partey's injury record, and they always say the best ability is availability. And when Thomas Partey isn't available, you see the massive drop off in this team. Caicedo, on the other hand, although he's only had one good season in the Premier League, and a lot of people will point to that, and he's an expensive signing and stuff like that, right? His injury record is exceptional. And the problem with Thomas Partey is you cannot rely on this guy to
Facts.
stay fit throughout the season. So
You
I
know
wouldn't
what?
be too disappointed if Arsenal moved him on and brought Caicedo in as well, and Havertz. Do you know what I mean? So
And you know what, Brendan, appreciate you coming on, bro. Starting off the show well, and hopefully more great callers like you. Have a good one, Brendan. Catch you on the
cheers,
next
mate.
one. And yo, people, go check out his channel also, True Gunner TV. And of course, continue to hit that goddamn like button. I'll make sure I put the link in the chat. Big up, Brendan. Next, we got here Posh Britty. How you doing, Posh Britty? Let me know what topic you want to discuss. And people in the comment section, of course, if you guys have any questions or anything you want to discuss, also throw it in the comment section. As next is Ben. Ben, I'm going to come to you after. But which topic do you want to discuss first? Kai Havertz, Declan Rice? What is it? What do you want
I
to
was going to
discuss?
discuss Havertz. Good to see you, by the way. This is my debut on your show.
Big up to you,
Yeah,
man.
good to
Appreciate
see
you
you.
calling in. Long time watcher, hopefully you already subscribed and liked the video, like everyone should. Every one of you guys right now, we got 245 of you guys. Hit that goddamn like button. But take it away, Posh. What are you saying? I'm going to start your clock right now.
Well, I never thought I'd be more of a doom monger than Brandon, but I am not a fan of the Havertz signing. I think that once again we're signing players that Chelsea don't want, and it's just a rinse and repeat again. I think Havertz is he's not been a good striker for Chelsea. Just because he scored one goal in the Champions League final doesn't make you an amazing player. But look, if he does well, I'll be if we do sign him and he does do well, I'll be prepared to eat my words. But I'm at the moment I'm not a fan of this. I think we should be spending our transfer budget on better players. And my main concern is if we give Chelsea that 75 million, that'll give them a lot more of the funds to go and get Caicedo from us. That's what I think.
Okay. I'm just gonna push back for pushback's sake. Who is the better player that you'd rather we get than Havertz?
I think we'd rather get Caicedo. I know that they're different positions, but I think if we get both Declan Rice and Caicedo, I do think we're going to be up there for this season. We need to bolster our midfield, and we also need to get rid of the dead wood in our squad. Even players coming back from loan, Tavares, Lokonga, players like that. I think we need to get rid of so we can get some more funds in.
Okay. And did you have anything to say on the other topics also, like Pepe going to Saudi Arabia, Declan Rice, or the Partey stuff? Did you have anything to say on those?
Yeah, I think Partey going to City. I can't see that happening. I think that might be a.
Partey's not going to City. Who said Partey is going to City? What if Partey goes to City? No way Partey's going to City.
I can't see that happening.
No, Kovacic is going to City, but we're not going to sell to City. Like Thomas Partey, I don't think Thomas Partey is going anywhere. For me, I'm keeping him. I don't know about anyone in the comment section. Everyone in the comment section, let me know. Would you guys offload Thomas Partey if it meant we get Caicedo and Declan Rice? It's kind of like we're going backwards because we're getting rid of Xhaka and Partey, bringing in Caicedo and Declan Rice. We're still in the same position, technically.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if the Rice and Caicedo partnership happens, if it does, then Partey and Jorginho would be great backup options, in my view. So yeah, I would keep Thomas Partey. I can't see him going.
Jorginho's staying, by the way.
Sorry,
Jorginho's going to be staying.
Yeah, that's good, because mentioning Jorginho, when we signed him, I did think, I'm not sure about that, but he did prove me wrong. I thought in the game, most of the games he did play, he actually did really well.
Can you see me? I can't see you.
I can see you.
Oh my God, what's going on with my internet today?
Hang on.
Okay, you just continue talking, my friend. Don't worry.
Okay, no worries. Jorginho proved me wrong when we signed him. I thought that he did actually very well. He offered good composure and calmness on the ball, and I think in the game against Newcastle, he was one of the best players. So I am pleased we're keeping him. I think he can offer a good, he can be a good role in our squad.
Okay, and then do you have anything else that you wanted to talk about before? I'm just gonna need to restart this. Just continue. What's going on here?
I can talk about Declan Rice for a bit. It looks likely that he's going to sign for us. I also think in today's market, I think 80 million to 100 million is probably his price, especially considering he's now a European winner in the Conference League. But I think it'll be great if we sign him, and he's gone. It's threw me off now. I think. Yeah, we're going to sign him, and that will be good because we do need to bolster our midfield going into next season. And as I said, I've never been the most confident of Arsenal fans in my time, but if we get both Rice and Caicedo, we're definitely going to be up there next season. So it's important that we get this transfer window right and not waste it on players like Havertz, which I don't think Havertz is the player that we want.
Big up to you for coming on, bro. Posh Britty, appreciate you coming on.
Can I give a little cheeky plug?
Sorry for the technical difficulties, everyone there. Hopefully I can get you on the next call-in show. And whenever I do have a call-in show, I'll announce it on the community page a couple hours before, so you guys have time to know to call in at that time. But I appreciate it, bro. Have yourself a wonderful day. And hopefully you come on the next one.
Yeah. Guna Gathering. That's my YouTube channel.
Oh, big up. Guna Gathering. Make sure you message
They're in the chat.
Okay, so yeah, I'll make sure, put it in the private chat before you go, okay?
No worries.
Okay, and then next we got Ben in the house. Big up everyone in the comment section. Let me know what you guys are saying. I don't know what the hell happened there with my computer. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, hopefully you guys can hear me clearly and everything's going on well. Juice WRLD's moving mad. What's going on? He said Sheamus is in the building. Man's calling you Sheamus from WWE. Yeah, we got WWE superstars in the building. But yo, how you doing? Who do you want to talk about? You want to talk about Kai Havertz, or you want to talk about Declan Rice?
Well, the Havertz one. Yeah, I were like you. I weren't too sure about him because he's not worked yet, has he? But there's a lot of players out there, and there's a lot of very talented players that haven't worked before at certain clubs, and all it needs is just the right manager to unlock it, really, innit? Look at KDB. His stocks when he was at Chelsea was no higher than what Havertz was. Havertz come in with really high, everyone wanted Havertz at the time when he came in. Everyone was like, "Oh, this guy is the next big thing." So there's clearly a talent in there. It's just getting it out, and then obviously he's gone into Chelsea. Even though they won the Champions League that season, they weren't an attacking team. They weren't that good. They went in with too many players. And obviously, they had a crap manager at the time, Fat Frank, who didn't know what he was doing. So, if he comes into Arsenal, we know Arteta can get a player and get a tune out of him. Arteta got a little bit of a tune out of Mustafi. I'm sure if he can do one out of that, he can get one out of a player that's actually got some talent. And as Brendan says, he goes in different positions as well. And we all know that Arteta likes a player that does more than one thing. He doesn't want a player that's just a midfielder. He wants one that's a midfielder that can go down the wing. He's defenders. He wants to be able to put on at right back and stuff like that. He doesn't want just one position, and that's how you build a bit of strength in depth as well. That's how City have done that. They've got several players. that can go in more than one place. You know, Bernardo Silva can do the wing. He can go in centre mid. And he played even full back this season. You know, so that's clearly what, you know, it's a philosophy that he likes to have with his players. Yeah, Havertz will be good. And the other thing as well, might fit quite good. Imagine if we get Havertz playing good and actually get the Havertz that everyone thought he was going to be.
Facts.
That would put Chelsea in the absolute mud. It would show how bad they are as a club.
1 second, Ben. Some crazy news just happened. Have you guys seen the Nicolas Barella news? What the hell? Nicolas Barella's going to Newcastle. What is going on? What is going on? £50 million for Nicolas Barella. Bro.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
What are we waiting for? Forget about Madison. This guy's clear.
That's a right signing. That is, if they pull that off, if they can prize an Italian out of Italy, that is
Bro,
some.
People are talking about him being a Gundogan replacement in the chat. I go and search Nicolas Barella. First thing I see is he's going to Newcastle for 50 million. If he's available for 50 million, what are we waiting for?
Yeah, definitely.
Like I'm not here saying him or Rice. Bring both of them in, for God's sakes. 150, bang. That's your midfield sorted for 10 years.
I'd have him instead of Caicedo. You know, if he came in like that'd be. Yeah, he can play all over the field, can't he? As well, he can play. If Odegaard's down, you could put him in his position as well, couldn't you? I think he's a proper all-round defender, isn't he? So, midfielder, sorry. So,
look,
but
Newcastle. Daniel's right. Look at this comment by Daniel. 100% right. With Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal, and Liverpool all in the market for midfielders, Newcastle schools us by pulling this signing off for 50 million. What the hell are we waiting for? What are we waiting for?
Is it actually happened? Because an Italian going to a cold Newcastle, doesn't sound quite right.
If this is true and the deal's done, what the hell? Crazy. But yo, sorry, I'm taking up your time. Talk to me before. What else would you want to talk about before we go? Because Kai Havertz is one thing. Everyone knows about Kai Havertz now. Are you okay with it if it's 70 million? Because I think that's ridiculous.
For me, I'm not bothered about what we pay at the moment. It's not about what we pay. It's about if us getting in takes it away from other positions that we need. Then yeah, I'll be peed off if he's our main target. But if we still I think we still need two midfielders, and I think we need a good right back, or centre back. You know, as long as we get them three sort of signings, quality signings, and we get Havertz on top of that, I don't care how much he is.
What about
it doesn't matter. And if he comes in and balls,
and Xhaka? What do you think about them leaving? Because I think that's too many players leaving. But before we go any further, Osman here says Barella's agent denied it, so that's a good thing at least.
Yeah, I can't see an Italian like that going to Newcastle. It's right. I mean, Italians don't like cold weather, and they want to go up near Scotland. No, it's not happening.
It would be a good signing for Newcastle, though, definitely.
Going up to Newcastle and having a chicken parm, you know.
There you go.
You know,
big up to you, my guy. You have yourself a wonderful day, Ben. Appreciate it. Long-time subscriber and channel member also. Make sure you do hit that goddamn like button. Big up, Ben. I'll catch you in the comments in the next show, okay?
Yes.
Big up to you. Tommy is in the building now. Tommy, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right, man. You?
Talk to me, bro. We got a couple topics that we want to talk about, but obviously you're here to talk about Kai Havertz. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I'm here to talk about him. Poor signing for me. Not good enough. Keep this guy away from a club. He's not good. That's a poor signing for me, mate.
Why is it a poor signing?
He's not good.
I agree with you. I don't like him either, but
he's not. This is why.
Is he an upgrade on the players that we have in our team?
No. Nah.
Is he an upgrade than Eddie Nketiah?
Nah, he's even worse than Eddie Nketiah, for God's sake. I don't even rate Eddie Nketiah. That is worse than Eddie Nketiah.
Okay, Emil Smith Rowe or Kai Havertz?
Smith Rowe. Emel's my guy. I love Smith Rowe.
Okay, everyone in the comment section get involved. Okay, so let's do it. Let's do it right now. Kai Havertz or Jesus?
Not good enough.
One second. Let's do the whole team. Let's do the whole attack. So Kai Havertz and Jesus, we're picking Jesus, right? Kai Havertz and Saka, we're picking Saka. Kai Havertz and Martinelli, we're picking Martinelli, right? Kai Havertz and Trossard, you're taking Trossard?
Trossard. Yes,
okay.
Of course, Trossard.
Kai Havertz and Eddie Nketiah. You're taking Eddie Nketiah.
I'll take Eddie Nketiah. Even though he annoys me, I'll still take him.
Wow. Kai Havertz and Balogun. Are you taking Balogun?
I'm taking Flo with me. I'm taking my guy Flo.
Kai Havertz and Emil Smith Rowe. You're taking Emil Smith Rowe.
I'm taking Smith Rowe. I've always rated Smith Rowe. He's just injury prone.
Okay. Kai Havertz and Fabio Vieira. Are you taking Fabio Vieira?
I'll take Kai Havertz over Fabio Vieira. Okay,
so we have one there. You're taking who else do we have in midfield?
Got Jorginho.
Jorginho.
I'll take Jorginho over. I'm taking Partey over him.
You know what? ESR over Kai Havertz. People saying Balogun over Kai Havertz. Interesting. Yeah, but you're not a fan of the Kai Havertz thing, understandably so. So what about for 40 million? If he was available for 50 million?
It doesn't matter. He's not good enough, bro. I'm sorry. To win titles, he's not the answer for me. Your Declan Rices, your Caicedos, to win titles, your Osimhen's. These are the players I want to win titles, not Kai Havertz.
Okay, fair enough.
Jonathan David, even Lautaro, even though he was frustrated against Man City with his poor.
Okay, what about the other news? I know you're a big Nicolas Pepe fan. He's going to Saudi Arabia. How do you feel about that? Potentially.
Get rid. He's lost my trust. Get rid of this bum. Get rid. I can't defend this guy anymore. This guy, he just hasn't cut it for 3 years for me. I've been saying to people, Arteta's not playing him well. Arteta's disrespecting him. Get rid. I've had enough of this moron. Get rid. Sell him.
Fair enough.
Let's cut our losses with this guy. Get rid.
Would you if it meant guaranteeing the signature of Caicedo and Declan Rice, would you be willing to offload Partey?
If we get Declan Rice and Caicedo, might as well sell Partey, but I'll keep him, bro. But we still need him, and since we're going to be obviously Champions League, Carabao Cup, and FA Cup, we need Partey and to challenge Man City, Liverpool. I think Man City, Liverpool. I think Liverpool will come back in it. So I think they'll come back. But yeah, I think we need Partey for the title race because I think we have to. We have to challenge for the title. We can't go backwards next season. Like for me, we can't finish fourth and not challenge. That's failure for me. But yeah, I'll keep Partey. For me, we need to keep him, and I've been Caicedo and Rice.
Chucky Lozano as a Bukayo Saka backup. We'll have to wait and see, my friend. I don't know, but big up Tommy for jumping on. Really do appreciate it, bro.
Wait, Eddie for me. Yeah.
What?
Caicedo and Rice. Rice is not enough for me. Yes,
Rice is never going to be enough. We need 5 players minimum.
That's what I'm saying. We need who else do we need? We need another right back because Tomiyasu is injury prone and Ben White he's not a right back for me.
We're going to get another right back this window. Don't worry. This window, we're going to get another right back.
And left back as well. Since Tinney's going to go, there's nothing we can do. He's going to go anyway.
We're going to have Tomiyasu and Jakub Kevor, who could also play at left back.
And we need a striker because Jesus, 11 goals is unacceptable.
We might not sign a striker. That's the thing. Skamaka leagues.
If we don't sign a striker, if we don't sign a striker, then we're going to finish fourth for me. We're going to finish fourth.
What? Goals are not the problem.
Yeah, I know we need a midfielder, but I think if we don't sign a striker, we are gonna finish fourth.
We don't struggle to score goals. The defending and the midfield is the issue, my friend.
No, I get that it's the issue, yeah, but I want 20 goals. Tottenham got Kane.
Bro, you don't need you don't need 20 goals from a striker to win the league. Tottenham get 20 goals every year from Harry Kane. They don't win the league.
I know they don't win anything yet. Brentford got Ivan Toney and Newcastle got Ishak and Callum Wilson. But you have to get. I know. I want goals from everywhere. My midfielders, my right backs. I get that. But Jesus is not going to.
Does it matter if Martinelli and Saka bring us close to 20 goals each?
If they get 20 goals, it's good.
Okay, so then we don't need a striker, my friend.
And if next season we have to win the league. And get to-
Inshallah, that's all we can do. All we can do is prepare for it. But yo, Tommy,
You have
I'm
to.
gonna let you go. You have a good one, my friend. Okay,
Here's what, bro.
big up. Next we got Sam coming on, then Mohammed, and then how do I pronounce your name? Demondre Wilson. I hope that's how I pronounce it. Demondre. Bro, 1 second. How do you pronounce your name?
It's the Mother Wilson.
Demondre. Okay, I'm gonna come to you after these guys. Okay.
Cool.
My guy. Sam, go ahead. Which one do you want to talk about?
He did not. I just want to come. He said right is not good enough at right back. If he didn't pick it up,
Bro, I didn't pick that part up. I didn't catch
wait,
it.
that's what he said, bro. He said,
I would have called him out if I heard him correctly.
Well, I heard that again. He said, "Man, it's not good." at
Oh,
right back."
Lucas, you're after Demondre.
Bro, like when Ben White is not good at right back is just an outrageous statement. He was one of the best right backs in the league last year. The only thing we need is a backup fullback, will it be left back, right back? Because we all know Currentini's gone. Listen, as someone said, Jesus is not the issue. His link-up play, his assists, he contributes. See, Saka and Martinelli get 5 more goals due to Gabriel Jesus. So if an average 14, 15 goals, Gabriel Jesus adds another 5 goals into the tally, which is around 20. Gabriel Jesus, a fully healthy season where he's not out from December to March, he brings 17 goals. That's 6 more goals. So people think Gabriel Jesus 11 goals is not good enough. My guy, he was out for 4 months of the season, so you can't really disregard that. But Igal,
He said, "Don't put my words in my mouth."
why is not a right back? Why is the right back? He played at right back, and what did he do? What did he do at right back? Saying he's not a right back. He's a right back. Look how done he. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna touch on that.
Allow it. Anyways, talk to me quickly.
All
Kai
I'm saying
Havertz, if I tell you 50, 60 million Arsenal put on the table for Kai Havertz, you taking it?
Yeah. But there's a caveat to this. As long as Caicedo and Rice are signed, then I don't mind it at all. If we
Okay,
sign Rice,
so
then we would have a-
say we don't get Caicedo.
Yeah.
We have Declan Rice wrapped up. Then our next move is go get Kai Havertz. You okay with that?
No. That's the issue. It's about situations. If it's the right situation where we've got our midfield sorted for the summer and we get Havertz, then fine, there's no issue by me. But if we haven't got 2 midfielders by the time we sign Havertz and we put up 50, 60 million on them, then there's going to be a big issue for us. But all I'm saying is,
Champions League
"Oh,
winner,"
we need
someone
depth.
said.
We need depth. We need depth. We need depth. We need that.
Where would Kai Havertz play for you?
I would say the same role as Jesus in some games.
False 9.
Yeah, I see him playing a false 9, or even taking Martin Odegaard's role in some situations. The thing about him, right, he's a flexible player. We need depth, bro. Everyone's saying, "Oh, that depth cost us." We're signing depth. We've got good depth, and now people are complaining. Listen, we all know we want to sign Kai Havertz. Yes, we do, but he's not gonna come in and start. If you look at that Kai Havertz situation, he's gonna come and play the cup games, come off the bench, start a couple of league games. It's not as though we're signing to be a first team player. That's not the case. And people say, "Look at Man City's depth. They've got £50 million, £60 million players on the bench. Why can't we do that?" We're doing that, and people are complaining. That's what it is, man. You can't win with this fan base. But listen, if you want to go win far in the Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup, League Cup, Kai Havertz is the lock to the key. That's what I gotta say, bro.
Wow, you're quick on this Kai Havertz thing. Well, bro, what do you think about Partey potentially being sold?
Listen, there's 2 parties last season. There was in the 3 phases. Party from August to November, the party from December to February, to March, where he was the best. Him and Rodri were the 2 best DMs on the planet. And after, where he got a little bit shaky, dead food. And one thing I support signing Caicedo and Rice is you can have Partey on the bench. So like even when he comes unreliable, you can have him on the bench and come off the bench, play 10 minutes per game. I think that should be the role for him next season. His contract's expiring. I think it's all no likelihood that we're not going to extend his contract. So we should keep him. Depth. That's what I'm saying now. We just need depth for the season. And after next season, you can let his contract go. He can go wherever he wants. And then we bring in a replacement. That's my view on it.
Fair enough. You know what? Big up to you. Big up for the call, Sam. My guy. You already know what it is. Have yourself a wonderful one. Next, we got Mohammed. Big up, Mohammed. And then after
Hi, after a long time. Hi, nice to see you
Long time,
again.
my guy. Hope you're doing well. I hope
Hi.
everybody's safe where you are. I know it's very dangerous. Let
Yes,
me
inshallah,
know
inshallah.
which topic you want to discuss first. Of course, Kai Havertz to Arsenal.
Yes.
Yes or no? What you saying?
Many topics. First of all, we are progressing in the Declan Rice deal. Crucial that we start the window, the first big deal like Rice. And personally, I hope that in the next 3 or 4 days we wrapped the Declan Rice deal to be assured that we have a top quality midfielder. Our aim and top target to get it through the door. About Kai Havertz, I think it's a tricky one. Split opinions between with or against. For me, Kai Havertz, when he was at Leverkusen, he was a fantastic player. He has a huge potential. He was one of the biggest talents in the German Bundesliga. So Chelsea paid 75 million for him when they brought him from Leverkusen. But when he came to Chelsea, he faded. He didn't fulfill his potential for different reasons that concerned Chelsea, coaches, style of play. He didn't found himself. So he has a very good potential. For me, he's good in the air. He can play with both feet. And until now, we didn't sign him. Okay, we talked with Chelsea.
He's doing really
The
good.
intention of Arsenal is to get him. It will be, I think, important and to see if we get Havertz, Arteta, how he will play him, and is he will fulfill all his potential like he was at Leverkusen. For me, when you ask about if we get Havertz, I think the main thinking of Arteta that we must be flexible up front, not too predictable with the same lineup, with the same shape of play, i.e., and I will explain. Now we play 4-3-3, one pivot, and which is Partey, Odegaard, and Xhaka, and 3 up front. I think if Havertz came to Arsenal, in some matches, we will change this style if we want to attack more, that we will play 4-4-1-1. Havertz will play just behind Jesus, like 2 strikers, but Havertz in behind. And we play just in 2 in midfield, not 3 in some matches or in some phases of matches locally or in Europe. So it give the manager, if Havertz
Flexibility.
with him, various
Flexibility.
tactics, yes, and flexibility up front, because also another maybe main advantage for Havertz is that he's very good in the air. And if you see all our attackers,
6'4".
no one is good in the air.
Yeah.
No one. So I'm realistic enough to wait and to see if we will get him. It's a surprise move. No one predicted that Arsenal will go to Havertz. But for me, I always think that Arsenal will not pay big money for an attacking player. I think if you were to get Havertz, no more than 40 million. For me, if I look on the market, you know, I'm sad that Arsenal didn't look at Maddison. For me, Maddison, one of the best players in the Premier League, quality player, that if Arsenal get Maddison in the Xhaka maybe role, he can play in Odegaard role or Xhaka role, he will, of course, made our team better technically and attacking wide. He can score goals, he can create goals, he can pass, he can shoot from free kicks. So I think Maddison will go to Newcastle. I will be very frustrated because Newcastle will be better with Maddison. Of course, this market, Igal, is crucial. It's like a war between all the big guns, especially in England. And we see also the big bids from Saudi Arabia. But concerning England, it's not only the big 4 or the big 6. You see, even big 8. Yes.
I'm just gonna say, brother, I'm gonna have to let you go. I'm gonna go to the next person, but before I do that, I just want to say, do you think we are selling too many players at Arsenal right now? With
We
Xhaka
must sell.
going,
Yes, we must sell good in this market. We must have profit from selling players. Many players will leave. We must sell. This thing was very bad at Arsenal in recent
but
years.
would you sell Partey?
In one
Jorginho?
case, and I will tell you why. If Arsenal get between 30 and 40 million pound for Partey, I will sell him. Why? Because he's now 30. His contract will end after 2 years. He will be 32. Arsenal will not give him new contract. Also, if I analyze Partey as a player, his golden days are behind him. So if we get between 30 and 40, due to all these circumstances, I will sell and I will get Rice and another top midfielders, Caicedo or another player like Caicedo level. By this thing, we are sure that we are not drop in the level. On the contrary, we go to a higher level, more energy, more power,
Youth.
in midfield.
You know what? You have yourself a wonderful day, Mohammed. Thank you for coming on. Always
Thank you,
appreciate
Gal.
it. Stay safe, my friend, over there. And I'll
See you
speak to
soon,
you soon,
inshallah.
inshallah.
See you soon.
Love. Next, we got my guy Wilson. Wilson. Oh, you got something playing in the background.
Something playing.
Is that a TV or
Okay.
something?
It's a
Yeah, just turn the TV audio off, and then let me know when you're ready. You ready? Okay, go ahead, my friend. What are you saying about Kai Havertz?
Well, as for me, I think I love Kai Havertz. I've always been a big fan of Kai Havertz. I think he's got the quality. I think the problem is that, for example, you see what Martin Odegaard has been doing. Imagine if, let's say, Barcelona they buy Martin Odegaard, and then they lose a number 9. They start playing Martin Odegaard as a number 9 just because he scored 15 goals for Arsenal, and the whole world forgets who Martin Odegaard really is. You know, at this point, we've all forgotten the Kai Havertz from Bayer Leverkusen. He is a midfielder, and I think he can handle that. Because, like, you see what Granit Xhaka was doing. He was playing in the midfield, and he was stealing some goals in the box. I think Kai Havertz is one player who can do that, and he's got the physical ability to actually play that position. So I don't think it will be a loss. I think with the coaching of Mikel Arteta, he can actually be that midfielder that we were hoping to see at Chelsea. So when it comes to Kai Havertz, I just want to see him playing as a midfielder again. I think even Germany, they've forgotten that guy is midfielder. They're now playing him as a number 9. So he has to be given that chance. He has to be given that chance. He has to play as a midfielder again, so that we can actually see his potential. And Mikel Arteta is one coach who I believe can actually get that from Kai Havertz.
Fair enough. There's a couple other talking points also. Pepe to Saudi Arabia, Declan Rice, and of course offloading Partey for Caicedo. Which one would you want to discuss?
Okay. First of all, I wanted to say I think Mikel Arteta is actually buying. If we were to buy Havertz, it would be for the midfield, because the fact that he is begging Reece Nelson to stay, he actually believes in Edin Ketia. These guys, I think he believes in his forward already. I don't think he's searching for a striker at the moment. So I don't think if he is to buy Kai Havertz, it's for the number 9 position. And when it comes to Declan Rice, yes, we need Declan Rice, but I don't want to get rid of Partey at the moment. I've seen him because I think he'd be perfect for the right back, right inverted back, right back. You know what I'm saying? That what is trying to experiment at the end of the season. Of course, Caicedo can do that too, but as the guy before was saying, we need some depth at Arsenal. It has always been the problem. We all know that at the end of the season, that has always been the issue with Arsenal, even since the Wenger era. You know, When I think about the Jack Wilshere, Aaron Ramsey, Oxlade-Chamberlain, that was always the problem, towards the end of the season. And in order to get rid of that, we should stop just trusting one person on a position. And Thomas Partey, of course, yeah, he's getting a little bit old, but it's not like if we don't sell him now or if you sell him later, it's going to change anything when it comes to the profits. I think we are always going to get a similar amount of money, so we should not be looking at profits and losses when it comes to Thomas Partey there. But yeah, that's what I can say about that.
Big up, my guy, for coming on, Mr. Wilson. Appreciate you jumping on. First time on the channel also, so thanks for jumping on. Hopefully I can get you on the next call-in show. Okay?
Yeah, I'll make sure to be available
and
next time.
Hopefully you subscribed and liked the video like everybody else. We're so close to 100 likes. Everybody like the video right now. It's free. Okay?
Cool. I'm going to do that.
Have a good one, Wilson. Next, we got Lucas. Lucas, what's good?
Hello?
Hi, Lucas. How you doing? Oh, he cut out. Prime, what you saying?
Yo, what's up, everyone?
Prime, how you doing, man? You're a Chelsea fan. Kai Havertz has been linked to Arsenal Football Club. Do you think this is a good move?
I'm listening to what a lot of you guys are saying. No. I mean, for me, I'm willing to get good riddance to him. I don't rate the guy. Never truly rated the guy. So you guys can have him. Talking about him people saying he's strong. He's not strong. One of the big points that we complain about him at Chelsea that he's not physical. He's not good in the air. No, even though the guy's tall, he is not good in the air. This guy's not a midfielder, by the way. He's a forward. We've seen him up against.
Is he tidy with the ball?
No, not. What does that mean? Tidy with the ball.
Like,
what do you mean?
Does he misplace passes?
He doesn't. In terms of him being a forward, his vision and his ability to pick out a pass is quite poor. There are a lot of times at Chelsea he will underhit a pass or mistime a pass, killing our attacks. We complain that him and Mount consistently kill and destroy our attacks. I listen to Brandon saying he's been played out of position. He's a midfielder. He's not. When he first signed to Chelsea, by the way, we played him in midfield. Frank played him as a twin 8. We played 4-3-3, and Frank played him in midfield as a right-sided 8 with Mason Mount and Kante as a DM for 6 months before Frank got sacked in January. That didn't work. Tuchel played him as we've played him as a false 9. That he hasn't played well there. We've played him right forward. We played him right wing, left wing, left forward. We played him 10. We played him as a split striker. Like we played him with a number 9, and we played him as a creator. Nothing has consistently worked. The guy's just not. He's just not that good. And I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I mean, Arteta has seemed to get something out of players that have been like underrated or not viewed as being like really that like good. So maybe he can get something out of him, I guess. But for me, I'm happy to get good riddance, because he's just been a detriment to my club. He's one of the biggest Chelsea flops of all time.
Fair enough. And he also has one of the biggest goals of your club of all time also.
It doesn't, but Gal, you say that. A lot of people Chelsea fans who defend Havertz says that. Other than that goal, what has he actually done? He scored a Champions League winning goal. That's great. But he's been poor.
Fair enough. We got a Chelsea fan here landing it and saying, you know what?
Gal, have you looked at his actual stats because you were looking at stats and you were looking at Bundesliga stats. Have you looked at his stats for Chelsea?
Let's look at them.
It's been poor.
Let's look at them. So you want to see his stats for Chelsea? If I'm not mistaken, his stats for Chelsea are that in the league he's had 4 goals, 7 goals, 8 goals.
Yeah, and that's him playing basically every single game. Or like he plays in terms of the percentages of Chelsea players who play, he's up there in the high percentages.
Yeah, his performances have been poor.
By the way, not last season, the season beforehand, right? You know how the whole thing with Lukaku, with the interview stuff, and then he basically didn't play the second half of our season.
Yeah.
He still didn't outscore Romelu Lukaku. The first season when he came with Timo Werner outscored him in GA.
No, but let me
don't-
ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Like,
Do you
that's
feel
not
like any of the coaches Thomas Tuchel, Frank Lampard, ever used him correctly to his strengths?
We've played directly to his strengths, and it still hasn't worked out. People talk about like playing him correctly. How else more can we use him? We've used him as an 8. He's not good there. Fine. We've used him as a 9. We've used him as a false 9. We've used him as a right winger. We've used him as an inside forward. We've used him as a 10. We've used him as a twin striker. What else can we actually do with him? He will have little bursts, and what will happen for Arsenal? He will start off well. He will have a good month or two where he looks good, and then he'll tail off for a good chunk of the season. And then he'll have a good vein of form again, and then tail off, and then a good vein of form again, and then tail off. And he will score in a big game probably. Like he will score. He'll get a brace against Spurs or something, and people will defend and cling on to stuff like that. The guy's consistently not good. If Arsenal are spending 40, 50, 60 mil on this guy, it's a waste of money. There's a lot better forwards or midfielders. If you guys are playing in a midfield, which I think is laughable, you guys can get out there than Kai Havertz. It's him. Like you guys, you've laughed at how bad Kai Havertz has been at Chelsea, and now like you think it might be a good signing.
No, I've talked myself into the potential of the deal being cheap. Like if it was cheap, 50 million, I would say that's a good deal for both parties.
It's not a good. Well, why would it be a good deal? Do you think he's good?
I think Mikel Arteta has the ability to raise people's levels, and
Yeah,
I think at Chelsea, what you guys have always been able to do is to have players come in that have been highly respected and underperform. So I don't know. I still need to see if it happens and if there's more information about it, because if it does end up becoming a 45-50 million pound deal, maybe it's something to actually consider. But because are you going to get a player of his age with that potential for that kind of money? I don't.
Well,
think
what
so.
potential does he have?
He has the potential to be a really good squad player, and for us, what he would be is our version of Bernardo potentially. That's what we would need him to be.
Of who? Bernardo Silva's not a squad player for City though.
No, but like he doesn't always
plays.
start, you know what I mean?
No, but he's started the majority of a lot of games this season for City.
We just need to raise the levels of our squad. Bringing in Kai Havertz, does he raise the level of our squad?
No. Again, you guys finished.
Raise the level of our squad. I don't need
finished second last season, and I don't get why people
to
are.
Me, what I don't understand is where he's gonna play and how much he's gonna cost and what and the fit. The fit is where I agree with you.
Well, regardless of the price, even if he's £5, it's not worth you guys get. Listen,
really?
I don't get why. Listen, I don't get why people are.
If he was a free transfer, you're saying he wouldn't make sense.
For you guys, no. I don't listen. People are. You guys finished second last season. I don't get why people are like underestimating you guys going for the title again. I don't think you'll win it, but I think at minimum you guys can challenge and finish third. Is Havertz what will take you over that line to win the league? No. So, because for me, when I'm looking at when you're like a big club or a team going for trophies and stuff, when you sign players, you sign them to raise the level of your squad. Meaning, you should be looking at a starter, someone of quality to come in. He's not a starter. He doesn't start for Arsenal. Even if you keep Xhaka, where does Havertz play? Because you're saying the problem is his position. He's not starting. He doesn't start over Jesus, even though I don't rate Jesus highly. He doesn't start over Jesus. He's not starting over Saka or Martinelli or Odegaard or Xhaka. So what's the point of getting him?
The only issue is how will Arteta shoehorn him into the team and get the best out of him? That's the question.
But is that really something you want to like at this stage now where Arsenal are maybe a year or two ago taking a punt on a signing like this might be okay because maybe you guys were still like 8th and finishing 5th, so maybe Arteta didn't know where you guys were. But now where you guys are, it doesn't make sense.
I think it was just, you know what it was? I think it's just we seen you guys were looking to get rid of him, and we just maybe threw 40 million at you and said we'll take him.
But that doesn't of all the players, yeah, but of all the players we're getting rid of, he's one of the worst ones. He's not someone you should be looking at.
Fair enough. You know what, bro? I appreciate your conversation, and I'm not gonna lie to you. That's my initial thoughts, and my initial gut feeling might be right. That is not a good deal. But if
I mean,
but if,
Arteta is a good coach, by the way. So again, like maybe Arteta can get something. Arteta is a good coach. You guys have made signings these past few years that I've thought aren't actually that good, but Arteta's gotten things out of them. Ramsdale, I don't rate, but Arteta's gotten something out of him.
listen, I just
Jesus,
trust,
same thing. Zinchenko, same thing. So maybe he can get something out of Havertz. Maybe fair enough. And if
but
Havertz,
that's what we have to go off of, really and truly.
yeah, I know. And if Havertz balls out for you guys and ends up being a world class player, I won't care. You know why? Because for my club, he doesn't do anything. So I'd rather get rid and have him do well elsewhere than stink at my club. So
Fair enough. You have yourself a wonderful day, bro. Appreciate you
guys
jumping
too.
on.
Peace, guys. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, and big up Prime for jumping on. We got 2 callers left. We got Wilson and Lucas, but I gotta go to Lucas first because he was here before you, Wilson. But when it comes to Lucas, how you doing?
Hello.
How you doing, Lucas?
Yeah, I'm good.
Lucas,
So what would
talk
you
to
like
me.
to know? So in my opinion, Havertz is an alright deal if we get him for like 30, 40 mil. If it's anything above that, I really do not know. Because, I mean, Arteta is a good coach. Maybe he can get something out of him. But, like, if we can use him as, like, a squad player, so let's say Odegaard, maybe when Smith Rowe comes back, he might be starting, you never know. Maybe, like, if they get injured and maybe, I don't know, they can't play a game, he can fill in a role. And maybe if we're in, like, a cup competition, you never notice because we've seen him come off the bench and score goals. So like in the Champions League final, remember with like Chelsea, he scored a goal and he won the Champions League. So like unlike our other players like Odegaard, for example, he don't turn up in them big moments, right? Havertz can. He's proven it. I don't understand why people are saying this is a bad transfer. It's because we know
It's because he's been so poor at Chelsea. Let's be honest. My colleague here just came on and he was just saying the same thing.
Yeah, true, but well, I mean, Arteta is a good coach. You never know what you can get out of him, and I mean,
Big up Prime.
Havertz still young. You never know, and also,
But do we really want to be spending 50 million on you never knows? You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I understand why people are upset and I understand why people are excited. But either way, there's no guarantee. This is a big risk for a team that's trying to win.
I know, but we've really taken big risks with players from like the Hale End, like Smith Rowe, Saka, for example. They were just some players from the Hale End. We have transformed them into absolute beasts. It's like, you never know. We could take a 24-year-old who's got a lot. It's like, let's just say like a player has like 28 until they get to their prime. That is years of development that we have to develop them to get to that level that like Saka's got. Is because we've developed them since our youth squad. Imagine what we can get out of Havertz until he's like 28.
You know what? You're right. And Jacob here says any signing's a risk. That is true. That is true. But what is the main positive of signing the Havertz? Because the negatives for me is he's former Chelsea. He hasn't done as well as expected at Chelsea for the price tag that he came in for. It's more about his performances at Chelsea and how poor he's been. And if that continues at Arsenal, we would have already known because we've seen the sample size where if he would have come from another league and he would have been doing okay, I don't know. I'm still skeptical. Are you not scared of the signing? Do you think it's not a bad?
I'm a bit scared, but I mean, we'll see how he is in pre-season if we do sign him. And I think the main positive.
How much money is too much money?
Anything above maybe 55 million. Anything above that, I think that's a bit too much for him.
If we get Kai Havertz, but we miss out on Caicedo because we signed Kai Havertz, would you not be upset?
I mean, we could do what we did with, like, for example, we signed Declan Rice and Havertz, but then we signed Declan Rice and Caicedo, and we can get Havertz if we want. It's like, you never know. We can do what we did with, like, Jesus and Zinchenko. We can get Kivior, like that.
Fair enough. I'm gonna let you go. Appreciate you coming on, Lucas, young man. Hopefully we can have you on in the future, and hopefully you subscribe to the channel. And big up to fans for giving you permission to come on today. You have a good one, okay?
See ya.
Bye. Wilson in the building. Big up Lucas. Everyone, put some likes in the chat for Lucas. And big up Wilson. Wilson's in the building. Let me. What was your go-to line on thing? Get the American out of here.
Oh, what's I saying? He
You
has
went
to
viral
go,
on
blood.
What did you go viral for again?
Oh, I think it was.
He's gotta go, fam. He's gotta go.
He's got to go, blood. He's got to go, blood. He's got to go, blood. That was famous. That was
you,
famous
yeah.
years ago, man. That was famous years ago. The first thing going to get off my chest is Kai Havertz. I tell you what, I'm absolutely fuming. How the hell are we even looking at him? He's crap. He's crap. What is he going to do at Arsenal? Nah. The moment I heard that Havertz has been linked to Arsenal, I literally threw my phone down. He's crap. Nah, man, I'm not convinced. There are better players out there than Kai Havertz, man. Maddison, Moussa Diaby. Those two are way better than Kai Havertz. Nah, man. Even if he's worth £1, I would not even touch him. Not even sign him. Not one. Nah, Igal. Nah. Arsenal, please. I'm begging you. I'm begging you for the word of God. Do not get this guy. Do not go anywhere near this guy. That's how I feel.
Okay. By the way, I just want to point out, you pointed out his teammate, Moussa Diaby, who he outscored and assisted when he was at Bayer Leverkusen.
Oh, man. Yeah, well, you do have a point, Gal. I can't argue with that. But still, nah, man. He's just not worth it. I feel like there are other players that personally I prefer Arsenal to get, which I mentioned before. Anyway. Aye. Nah. Kai Havertz, get out of here, man.
Okay. 40 million we just bid that got rejected. If we get 45 million, would you buy him? Because you said £1 you wouldn't buy him. Why are you thinking?
Even if it's 45 million, even if it's 45 million, I still would not buy him. He's just not worth it. I think his 3 seasons at Chelsea, he's not even scored more than 10 goals.
Okay,
what does that tell you?
Madison over Havertz.
The thing with Madison, he's got a little bit more to his game. He's got a little bit more to his game. He's a free kick specialist. He's got more to his game than Havertz, if I'm honest with you. That's where I stand on Madison. And also, I think he'll be probably a good squad depth option. Like, what if Odegaard is off form or is injured, something like that? He'll provide quality.
Kai's got to go, blood. Oh, man, that's just...
Yeah, I think it's probably right. I think the guy is probably right. He's got to go, blood. He's got to go, but not to Arsenal. Stay away from Arsenal. Go somewhere else. Get out of here. Nah. Yeah, I would rather talk about something else right now. In terms of the targets have been linked with, Rice and Caicedo, I tell you what, if you get Rice and Caicedo as the 2 midfielders, that would be a massive statement. I tell you why, Igal. 1, first of all, that will prove that Arsenal are serious. 2, that will prove that we're not messing about. And 3, if we get those 2, that will completely transform our midfield. Completely. And teams will be scared of us. And I'm sick and tired of these pundits and all others writing Arsenal off before the season's been, even the ball's been kicked. I would love Arsenal to win the title next season or win the trophy or something and prove them wrong.
Fair enough.
And since I've been on your channel with Gal, I've never ranted like this. But on Kai Havertz, Jesus Christ, he just made my blood to boil. And I was like, are you mad? Get out of here.
Let me ask you a question. Would you think there's a club in world football that would buy Eddie Nketiah for more than 10 million?
There could be a few teams that could be interested in Eddie. I feel like there's probably a couple mid-table clubs maybe in the Premier League that might be interested in him, if I'm honest. Maybe a Brighton, maybe a Brentford, maybe a Fulham. Those mid-table teams, if I'm honest.
Okay. And then, do you have anything to say on the on any other transfers before we go? Like, would you sell Thomas Partey or Jorginho, or would you keep them?
If I'm honest, I would rather keep Partey and Jorginho, and get Rice and Caicedo, because the problem is, Igal, if we sell Partey and Jorginho, we'll be so light in our midfield. It's not just about the quality; it's about the depth as well. And the reason why we did not win the league is due to our complacency and lack of depth. Look at Manchester City, quality and depth. We don't have that. We have to address that this summer, or otherwise, Igal, the same mistakes will happen again.
Okay, fair enough. You know what? We're gonna end it there. You appreciate you jumping on, Wilson. You made the show lit at the end. Appreciate Wilson, man. Everyone, this was the first call-in show of the transfer window. I'm going to try to do these at least once a week if I can, whenever there's something relevant to talk about. I'll always spend the first 20-30 minutes to discuss all the latest transfer news. So if you want to go back to that, you can check all the first 20 minutes about all the latest transfer news. And hope you guys enjoyed the video. Big up to everyone in the comment section. Appreciate the super chatter, Detroit Rocket City, for submitting the super chat. He wins the Ballon d'Or of the day, unless somebody comes in with a last-minute super chat that's more than that, of course. But yeah, big up Lucas. Big up to all the people who jumped on. I think Prime jumped on, Sam jumped on, Mohammed jumped on. We had a guy who I forgot his name jumped on also. What was his name? Oh, I forgot his name. But yeah, you know what? There's been a lot of guests on today. Great little show. Hopefully I can do another one tomorrow. Sugar Sean in the chat saying enjoy Kai Havertz. Bro, it's peak, bro. I'm not really a fan of the transfer. But if Mikel Arteta wants him, he must know something that we don't. And it must be, bro. Sean, be honest. In today's market, would you take the 40 million pounds that Arsenal submitted the bid for, or do you think that's ridiculous? Be honest. 40 million pounds, because I think if you guys take that 40 million pound deal, we will sign him in a heartbeat. That's the thing. I think it's just one of those things where we just threw out the 40 million pound offer just to see if you guys accept. Eddie is not worth more than 10 million. Eddie's worth at least 20 million. Come on, you see this? Igal, the question is, are you still backing the Cronkies, or are you Cronky out? I don't think it's the Cronkies' fault. I think the owners have said to the guys, go do what you want to do, and these guys are making the decisions. The decision makers are the problem. No, we want 70. Bro, you're not getting 70 from us. If we give you 70 million for Kai Havertz, we're idiots. Wallahi, we're idiots. We're imbeciles. You guys are not in a position to be asking for 70 million and for us to be just paying up. And that would basically fund Caicedo. No way. We can't do that. If we're going to do that, we might as well go to Brighton, get Caicedo, get Declan Rice done, and say bun the attacking forward. But yo, man, I'm out of here, people. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Big up Sugar Sean, big up Prime, big up everyone in the comment section. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Oh, DeMario, Mr. Wilson, big up to you, bro, for jumping on also. You guys have yourselves a good one. I'm out of here, guys. Yeah, Kai Havertz to Arsenal. It's not the news that I was interested in, but it's the news that we got. And I don't even know what to say to you guys. Let's just see what happens. From now on, all we gotta say is we wait and see what happens. And Fabrizio Romano, take it away.
Here we go.